Now, doesn't worry. No worries. What did you want to say? No? Now that I'm streaming, you don't want to say it? Check, check. Oh, well, okay. Andriucha, this course is a course, it's an advanced songwriting course. So basically what we are doing is putting ourselves in many situations and kind of writing music from those perspectives. And we have discussed so far kind of like three things, something called obviously the central theme of the song. So what is a central theme and how we can work out a central theme. And then we saw many songs that the students made, that you guys made. And we discussed if the central theme was clear or not within those songs. And also we started songs from the perspective of a text. So we just wrote a text out of a title. We wrote a text. And then Sergey actually wrote a song with that text. So actually Sergey took it, am I right? Like the song there, Sergey actually took it fully from the text to a song, which was pretty cool. And you are invited to do the same. So Andrei, the thing is going to continue, the whole course is going to continue putting us in different songwriting situations. And we will be just pushing ourselves, and writing music in different situations. And we're following a book that is called like Great Songwriting Techniques by a person called Jack Perricone. Like always, these books are there, the PDF, if you want to download them. And yeah, everything is there ready to go. So yeah, let's kick this session today. Oh, I see that my camera here is frozen in the video. I think I can fix that like that quickly, and then I'm going to be better in the YouTube world. So I do have a conversation with you today, and then I want you to write a bit of music, and then I want you to discuss this. So we're going to have a flash writing session. Like we have to be ready. I'm going to put it at 12:40. Sorry, at what? 2:40. So when we start writing, we will see how much time we have and how we're going to do it. But yeah, let's kick this started. So today I want to identify different ways of starting a song. In this case, starts with music. We have done this starting from text. The goal is that you kind of like engage in different paths to creation, so we can add some rationality to your writing, and you don't need to be waiting for this musa like we have been talking for since the first day of our course in Foundation. And I want you to identify the parameters of task 1. You may have seen that I put already task 1. You already have a songwriting task to do, and it needs to be delivered on November 8th. So we're going to discuss it too, and let's move on. So we were in this block of beginning a song in general, and we already explored beginning with a title. Let me actually flip that. It's not how I wanted. I wanted it to be like that. We already discussed beginning with a title, beginning with a lyrical concept, and now we're going to see, today we're going to see like beginning with a melodic idea. So first, we're going to see how Jack Perricone approaches to this type of challenge, let's put it like that. And then I want you to try to do the same today. So I'll explain when we get there. But before, let me see how I organized it. Yeah, I didn't put it in Google Classroom. Before I started, let me just put this here in my flow so I don't get lost. Let's quickly discuss the first project. So if we go to Google Classroom 1 second, you're going to see that I put you a project there. So that project, which kind of project was a single, that project is here, composition 1. Notice I'm going to be doing this in all my classes this semester and this year. So you see, you have there the percentage that this gives to your final task, final grade. So it's like composition 1 is 14% of your final grade. And these codes are for me because I need them when I totalize the grades in the future. So, all right, you need to create a song between 2:30 minutes and 3 minutes 45 in length. The Sergey Bretan, I recommend you to look at this because it's important. I'm giving instructions for some Damashki, just in case. The composition should demonstrate structure from start to finish. The arrangement should work to emphasize dynamic shifts between sections in the song. So, I mean, the song has to have distinct sections. It's not like you're going to make just one loop and that's it. And the song must include either a top line with lyrics, like there should be lyrics, or a melodic line. If you're going to make it instrumental, it's okay. Production should be of high standards. So obviously, I mean, you shouldn't give me something recorded from a phone or something. Like it should sound like a third-year student. Like something should be serious. I'm not asking you to give me something that is mixed and finally developed. I'm asking you to give me something that is okay, like demo style. No limitations with genre, so you can do whatever you want in your own style. And keep your arrangement simple, I guess, focusing more on chord progressions, melody, and lyrics. So there is a proposal here, like produce a song with a clear central idea, write a song with effective melodic content, produce a song that uses effective compositional elements, arrange your song to include at least 2 sections. So at least it has to have 2 parts. You know, it cannot be just one loop. And it should be audible. Read this carefully, and I really care about this. I had a lot of problems in this year, in the years about this, and I really wanna push you in that sense. By submitting, you are declaring that your submission was created specifically for this assessment, and that you are not reusing all material that you already had started developing. Please, let's do something new, fresh. Sergey has a question. Just a moment, Grisha. Sergey is asking a question here. No. You can do whatever you want. You can start from a text. You can start from a. It's just creating something. By the way, I want to edit something here. I was thinking right now between 2 minutes 30, like create a song minimum 2 minutes 30. I think I don't want to put you a limitation of how long the song should be. I don't like to do that. But the song minimum should be 2 minutes 30. Yeah, in the past, I was giving you a challenge of like minimum 1 minute. But I want to push this because now you're year 3 students. Grisha, what did you want to say? Sorry? Yeah, you can use whatever you want. Like, I remind you that in this course, and this is useful for Andrei. Andrei, are you there with us? Yep. Yeah, I remind you that in this course, let me show you something. I mean, so you are. Because, I mean, when you create a course, well, in this case, me, when a person creates a course, the course is really clear for me, but maybe that doesn't mean that it's clear for the others. So I want to repeat something in case that we said in the introduction about what is the goal and what are we trying to do. So, for example, Red Hot Chili Peppers just released an album, and they released 2 double albums, and these 2 double albums, they have, I think, like in total there are like 29 songs or 30, but they wrote 50 songs and they deleted 20. So my goal with this course is that we're going to have composition 1, composition 2, composition 3, composition 4, and then we're going to make an EP with that. And out of those 4 songs, if you want to make more songs for that EP, great. But out of those 4 songs, one of them will be your main single where you're going to put all your energies, and one of those, and the other 3 are going to be part of your EP. Like those little compositions, the first one that you're going to do now, it's going to go to your EP. So, I mean, that's kind of how it works. And it doesn't mean that the composition that you're going to make now is going to be your main single. What that means is that the composition you're going to make now goes to that group of songs. Maybe composition 3 will be your main single. We don't know this. We're going to be discussing this as we progress. But I'm going to keep you writing music all the year, and we're going to be discussing these things. So, and by the way, in the you will also have, I remind you to make a studio recording. For those of you who are online, we will figure this out as we move on. You know, when we know should be happening around February. So when we're approaching that moment, we will see what we do with that. I'm sure we're going to figure it out. So, yeah, that's kind of what is happening. So we are going to be doing that, and you have a date of delivery already, and that date is November 8th. So it's in 3 weeks. So if you feel that deadline is too tight, that is 2 pipettes, that you cannot do it, whatever, let me know. This year, I want to be more strict with delivery times, because when you start delivering to me late, my whole plan gets fucked up. So that's the deadline. You know, if you feel it's too tight, speak now or in the space of today and let me know, and maybe I will change it. But at the moment, it's like that. Okay? Yeah, tell me, bro.
Sorry. I've got it's not really a huge problem.
Da.
But probably like have a guitar and it sings like on 4th of November, and maybe if I could do it like a few days later, it would be much
I will
easier.
absolutely make any exception for you considering your circumstances. Of course, of course. Let's hear from other people. Like you're in a really special case, and I understand that. So who's next? Who wanted to talk to as well?
Yeah, 8th November is actually 2 weeks, not 3 weeks. I mean,
2 weeks? Okay.
is it alright?
Yeah.
Alright, like.
Why not? I mean, why not? It's like, I mean, you guys said at this point where you are now, you should be able to write a song in one day. I mean, you're already third-year students. You have been making songs for many people, for me, for Andrei Danilov, for Anatoly Ice, for everybody. So I believe that you can write a song in 2 weeks. Like, I don't think that, I mean, I think that if you start today, you will have a song by tomorrow. Like,
The thing is that I may have some problems with drums recording, but.
no, but
sure.
you can make the drums.
I will inform you about that.
You can make the drums in VST. Like you have the like I said, this has to be a demo form. Like you have to make your recordings in the first part of the second semester. So you will be developing the songs across the whole year, and starting from. I mean, you can go to DTH tomorrow if you want. Like you can book hours in the studio already. I'm going to proceed to create the Telegram channels that will allow you to book hours with Ilya. So, I mean, theoretically, you can just book a studio next week, go with one of the engineers, write to Artemis Zhedugov or to Dmitry Volkov, like, or even to Andrei. Andrei, I want to record drums, and go and just record drums. Like, you can do it. I want to start, I mean, of course, you see, as we progress in the course, I will become more heavy in terms of deadlines, and because that's how the industry works. You know, I usually get a call like I need a song in 3 days, and I'm like, okay, and I have to do it. So I'm actually purposefully putting you such a tight deadline so you react quickly, and I mean, I can take care of cases like Grisha because he's abroad and he's in another country and he has no instruments to play. Fair enough. Sergey has a question.
Continuing this question, am I right that we can use DAW?
Yeah, 100%.
We can use all the live instruments.
Sure.
Both path is okay for the
No ограничения in terms of how you're gonna do it. Like you want to record some birds in the park and sample that, just do it. Whatever. Like it's all up to you. Like it doesn't matter. It's just go wild. All right. Are there any more questions there about this? I'm obviously super open to receive your questions in any time. Sergey has another question. Go ahead.
Is it okay to write lyric in Russian?
Of course, of course. You can write the lyrics in Chinese if you want. Like it really, it's okay. Anything you decide to do in this matter is good. Okay, so before I go into this, let me ask you quickly, how is your usual, do you guys have a usual way of writing music? Like, is there something that happens more often to you, or it's always different? How does it work for you?
Yeah.
It's always different?
No, it's actually like those songs that I tend to finish are usually written like in the same way.
The songs that end up. Sorry, Dimitri just wrote a funny joke for us there, and I was reacting to it.
Yeah, so I really like to start my song writing lyrics and music at the same time. So basically, drop an instrument, and the whole song is just usually it's written like simultaneously,
Mm-hmm.
like words and music. Because if I write just music or words, it's just hard for me to finish it then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I need to like write those two things together.
Yeah. So you work out a melodic idea right away, work out the lyrics, and go in tandem, like tak 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 tak.
Because sometimes it's really hard for me just to write text
Mhm.
and put that text onto music.
Yeah, for me, this is super impossible. Like I cannot write text. I mean, I need to have music to write text. I cannot write from the text.
Yeah, and so and usually like sometimes for me it's because for some reason I feel like maybe limited and
Да.
I start to generate like same ideas if I have some of the bits finished already, like whether that be music or text. I need to just have possibilities for it to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why I write music and text at the same time.
Cool. Cool. Anybody else wants to say something there?
For me, it's always freestyle. Kind of, in the most of the cases, it's freestyle.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you mean by freestyle?
Like this just happened. It just happened. I don't know how. Like
You grab a Ableton.
you don't have any specific approaches, you know.
Yeah.
Like it differs from case to case.
Okay. By the way, I want to put you a challenge. If you can do this today, thinking about this, Andrei, specifically to you. Try to write some lyrics about imagine a song called "You Belong to Me." It can be in Russian. Okay, we did this together here, and so you can catch up and say and Dima also did it, like we did it all. So, whatever. I'm just saying that. I will carry on now. I just wanted to think about that. And Sergey, how do you write music usually?
It will be so cheesy.
It doesn't matter. Just try. Just try. That's the point. The point of this course is to get you all as uncomfortable as I can get you. You know, because that's where we learn, in the space in between order and chaos, kind of. Sergey, I'm asking to Sergey, what's his usual way of writing?
My favorite way to have a ready lyric before.
So you're a lyric guy.
No, not at all. Because I can write music theme quickly, and it is very difficult for me to write lyric. So if I already have lyric, everything will be good.
Cool.
And the most often way how I do it, I first write the melodic, and after that, long days or weeks try to write lyric for this melody.
Cool. Thanks. Okay. Anybody else wants to say something there, or should I move on? I'm curious to hear from Valeria. Are you there? Like, how do you write music usually?
Oh, please repeat.
Yeah, sure. I wanted to ask you, how do you usually write music? How is your process of writing music?
I think first I write music, like melody, and then vocal melody, and then lyrics after.
How many of you record like some audio messages like that? Da, 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 do, do?
It's easier for me. It's
Yeah, all of you? So,
Do that as well.
all of you? All right. So it seems like maybe a good way to proceed today would be that you record a little audio message, because I'm trying to think, how can I make this the most deductive way possible? Let me run through the content, and then we see how much time we have, and then we decide. I'm sorry for not being so clear, but it's just the first time I give a lecture like this. So, all right, this is what Jack Pericon is saying about starting with a musical idea. So, check this out. I think there is some useful things here. So, of course, many people like to start with a musical idea. Remember, we've seen already like text, how to start with a text. And many people just start, like we said, just like do, 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 and then like, oh, this becomes in some orchestra that is playing in your head, and then you recreate that orchestra in your head. So music gives form, rhythm, and gesture to a song, and it feels good. So if you have music, you can kind of attach lyrics to it, and that seems to be easier for most people. So now, what I want us to learn today, it's like a set of questions that we can ask to our song, so the song speaks to us and tell us some information, and then that can guide the musical process, and then follow that process to see where it takes us. So you need to find ways to answer, what is the music that I'm writing telling to me? So when you write a little section of music, but Jack Pericon suggests to us, why not? Let's ask a couple of questions. So does the music sound stable, calm, contemplative, or unstable, agitated, questioning? Like, this is a good question that you can ask right at the beginning, and then see where that goes. Are the melodic rhythms conversational or either declarative? That's a great point. Do you understand what it says there? Grisha says yes. Everybody understand what it says there? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we got that English point right, like clear. I'm going to, just in case, run over it. Like, is this a declaration or this is a dialogue between two elements? Because I mean, for example, right now we're in some sort of like monologue in which I speak, and sometimes I open it to dialogue. So we move from conversational to declarative all the time. And dude, to be honest with you, I have never thought about that from the point of view of songwriting. And again, like we have been saying from the first minute we started this course, I don't like this formula type of writing, but I think we can learn from it. So maybe sometimes when we're writing, we can really ask that question, like, oh, wait, am I saying something like that it's a statement, or can I make a counterpoint? How does the music feel to your body? Does it has a groove? Is it balanced or unbalanced? Where is it? I mean, in which point of the composition becomes balanced or unbalanced? And that's cool because you see, I mean, remember that the universe has this characteristic of searching for entropy. So entropy means more disorder. So moving from order to disorder. And what does this mean? It means like, obviously, a couple of hydrogen atoms moving are way much more organized than Caracas, the city of Caracas, my city where I was born, because that city is a mess and it's crazy. Everybody's doing crazy things, or Moscow, or anything where there are humans. You know, the universe moves from simplicity to complexity. And theoretically, if you run the equations of the universe for infinity, you will go back to order. So there seems to be this kind of like natural flow of the universe, which is from order to chaos, back to order. So I think that this is an important thing. When I disbalance my songs, like for example, I was working in what do I mean by disbalance? I was working in a 4/4 measure, and then I moved from a 4/4 to a 7/4, and that is obviously more unsettling than a 4/4 measure. Then I try to kind of like unbreak that disbalance in a point and go back to balance. But anyways, does it leave you feeling fulfilled or wanting more? If you want more, then it means that you are not ready to close your central idea, or you have not yet put your central idea. Is it atmospheric or capable of capturing a state of mind, or is it more suited to a narrative, leads to a goal or something? Like, so if I were you, because why do you pay money to come to a course? It's like you pay money to come to a course because maybe the diploma is important to you. That's fair enough. You pay money to a course because maybe your parents are forcing us to have a formal education. That's not the guy moves his head and says no, and of course that's not his case in particular. But maybe you pay money for a course because you think, man, I think that if I get surrounded by some people that are always thinking about this, maybe I can push my game to a new level. And I think that's the reason why the majority of you are in this course. And so if I were you, the next time I write a song, I would open this slide and I will precisely ask those questions just to see if this can enhance your songwriting. I was hearing yesterday, you know this, and well, Sergey is the first time I'm going to tell it to him, but all of you knows how much I'm a fan of the band Tool and how much I love this band and how much it's important for me. And yesterday I was hearing an interview on Joe Rogan Experience, 3 hours with the singer of Tool, and I was kind of like in the middle of it. And there is a point when Joe Rogan asked Maynard, like, you know, think about Maynard. Like, Maynard was releasing records from 1988, and he's now 58 years old, and he's like in the peak of his creative moment. I mean, he's making more music than ever, which is really great to see this. And he's very, very productive right now. And Joe Rogan asked him, like, how is your composition method, you know? And he said something really cool. They were talking about jiu-jitsu before this, and they were talking about how jiu-jitsu is like, or any martial art is a relationship between the movement of two bodies that are reacting to what the other does. And so he said that for him, songwriting, it has to be some sort of kind of like action-reaction process. Like, he doesn't like to do it in isolation himself alone. He is more into the fact of like going with somebody and sitting down and listening to what the other person is trying to do. I mean, imagine he has a band called Pucifer, and so he goes to Matt Joggins, which is the bass player of the band and a producer, and he comes with his own ideas to him, and then he tells him, I want to hear what you want to say about my ideas musically. And so he kind of like reworks his ideas, and there is an establishment of a dialogue there. Question, answer. You know, Maynard asks question, Matt answers. And then he said he takes this to a third person, and then with the third person, he established a new dialogue, you know, combining what he did and what Matt Majugins did, the combination of them both. Then he goes to a third person and then combines it with a third person. And he says that for him, it's kind of like useless to write music in isolation because culture is built in a collective. And I really like that answer. And I'm telling you this now because if you're going to write alone, I think it would be interesting to simulate a third person that is kind of like talking to you about your own music. And these kind of questions can help you, because if you ask this openly to yourself, just like, what do I think about this? It's cool. And that's it. Like that's the end of, I mean, that's the kind of conversation that you're going to have if you don't have a guide. You know, but in here, we're using a third party, in case you're going to be alone, which is a person like Jack Pericone, to present you a couple of questions. So, does this stable, contemplative, or unstable, agitated question, is it declarative, etc.? I think it's useful. After you finish answering these questions, then you should start listening to the words and music that come out of your mind. Because you see, if you start answering those questions, if you start writing lyrics before you answer those questions, maybe you're going to miss something. It's like what Maynard was saying about establishing a relationship with somebody else, and then from this relationship, making your song grow. Like if you just like have a little piece of music and then you start putting words to it, maybe you missed the fact that it was always a calm piece, you know, and maybe you went somewhere else. I don't know. There is a saying which is, learn to walk before you run. So maybe learn what your song is about before you start writing text, or learn the vibe of your song before you start writing text. Anybody wants to say something or give a comment at this point? Any ideas, feelings? Does this work for you? Have you thought about this before? Nothing?
So melody.
Wait. Sergey is saying something. Just a moment.
So is it okay that algorithm is first melody, second questions, third lyric?
I wouldn't say that there is an algorithm, because remember, we are exploring different algorithms. Like, we're not saying the algorithm. But if you want to see it like that, and it's okay to see it like that, then the answer would be, whatever way you want to start, make a pause before you go deeper and ask a couple of questions. Yeah. What did you guys wanted to say over there online?
I want to say that I forgot actually.
Fair enough. So, great. So, okay, now we're going to see how Jack starts this idea. And we have some like sheets of music and also some audio to listen and see how a little idea that it forms in his head evolves, and how a person like him analyzes that. And then we're going to go and try to do something similar. Let's see how much time we have available when we finish that, and then we will decide how we're going to do it. So he discusses like, okay, what does it mean to start with a melodic idea? So a melody, usually a musical idea is a melody when you hear it in your head, but it's not like full, you know, like, I mean, what he means is like you don't visualize the whole song, but you just maybe hear like, for example, this morning, what I was singing with Sirius something, I just already forgot. But whatever, we were singing about, I mean, that's a melodic idea. And it's not like a full thing. It's a phrase or a part of a phrase of a rhythm even, whatever. But somehow it has some originality or potential or excites you somehow. And it may appear with or without harmony and groove. So this is something that you need to kind of figure out as it's moving. This is pretty obvious. So he proposes an idea number one. He has an example number one. So let's go and hear it. I put this example number one. If you're interested, excuse me for that. I guess that must sound pretty pipets online. If you want to hear it later, you can hear it later, but here it is. Let's have a listen. Tell me if you hear it online. So that was his idea. Could you hear it online, guys? You could hear it online?
Yeah, it's probably though from the mic.
It's probably though from the mic. I see, and you're right, and now you will hear it properly. Sorry for that.
Great.
I mean, absolutely tupa idea. And actually, I would like, you know that I'm not a master on music theory. Sorry, somebody wants to say something? No?
It was the same.
It was still from the mic.
Still from the mic? Ah, Blinchiki, sorry. That's 100% my fault. So now here you go. Excuse me. Now you can hear it. Right?
Yeah.
It's all clear? Okay. Very simple tupa idea. I'm very bad with music theory, but I'm using this opportunity to kind of do some side reading. So, da 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 da, and then we have a, how do you call this? A legato, right? Legato. Da 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 da.
It's a tie.
It's a tie, right? It's not a legato. It's a tie.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Hurrah! Great. And then, so he describes. Look at this, and I mean, I really wish I could have the capacity to analyze things from the music theory on this point, and it's my goal of life to achieve that. He says this: the pitches are simply the back and forth movement of a minor third, and it's either in the key of D or in the key of F major. So for a person like this, to set up the key right at the beginning is important to, obviously, to understand where this song can go, and to also to understand what are the notes that are available for us there. But he says something interesting because he knows a lot about music theory. He realized that, hey, these notes could belong to different keys, so it's too early to determine the key. So that's a really cool point that I extracted from my readings there. And he said something there which is like the rhythm is full of energy caused by a number of factors. It starts on a second beat because it has a silence on the beat 1. So it kind of like, that beat, that's clear, contains anticipations of the first beats on measures 2 and 3. So maybe he's saying that the measures 2 and 3 are kind of repeated before they happen? Or do I understand that wrong? Anybody wants to comment there? Or we don't have any idea what he means there?
I don't know, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Palina, maybe? You have an idea? Somebody's joining here? No, I don't know what happened there. So it starts on the second beat and contains anticipations of the first beats on the measures 2 and 3.
Maybe that has something to do with the intervals, because I think probably the bass note is D. I think we're in D minor. So
yes, we could be in D minor, like we still don't know, but it seems like, and we're like playing D a lot.
I feel like it's gravitating towards D.
Yeah. So there are anticipations of the first beat around the measures 2 and 3, I guess. That's kind of where we're missing.
No, a measure is like a bar.
Because
measure. I'm not sure what he exactly means, because you can say measure as beat
or measure as bar.
But he said first beat of measure 2 and 3, so that's probably like a bar.
Yeah. So wait, but this thing has 4 bars. This thing has 4 bars, right? 3 bars.
No, 3 bars.
3.
So 2 and 3.
So measure 2. Okay. I see. Yeah, he's kind of telling us that I see the point. Because we have a silence, and remind me this the music theory name of this?
Tie.
We have a silence and a tie at the first beat of each bar. We are creating an anticipation there. That's cool, and that I think that's what he means. And so, in example number 2, he goes and adds a text to that. So let's hear it. So the text he added was,
I got to tell you, I've been up all night.
I mean, this is all very simple. And so this was some sort of like proto-lyric that came to the mind of the author. And he says, this is a really cool idea. He says, like, I would spend, like, man, if only we could be so cold-headed about writing, I think we would be very successful, and very productive. If I would then spend some time trying to develop a more complete scenario for the lyric, a possible crisis caused by an argument. You see, like, what came to his mind was, I got to tell you I've been up all night. And then the next question he asks was like, why was this person up all night? Boom, and that just opens you a whole bunch of songwriting options. An argument, a confession, or first date jitters. This means like when you go out on a date for the first time with somebody. or the end of an affair or something. But then this is going to obviously be connected to the harmonic and melodic expression that you're putting there on the table. And then he says something like, I would try to see the singer and the singee in a particular setting. So I would try to imagine the person who sang this or the istochnik of vocals in a particular case. And maybe this can help me to figure out the rest of the lyrics. So look, this is really cool and really important. And we need to really be careful on how we're going to do the little exercise that we're going to do today. So it's really useful for you. I like this. His suggestion that I would then try to tie the lyric ideas to the melodic rhythms. Obviously, I mean, I want to tell you what I did all night. Great. Or I want to tell you when I've been up all night. But then he wants to start playing with the accents. And I really like that because, I mean, I have never thought really about this. Once you have your first idea, I'm the kind of guy, and I'm really interested to know if the same happens to you. I kind of end up following the first idea that comes to my mind. Like, I'm not so methodic, like to maybe think a bit more. I mean, I kind of like it right away and then go for it, you know? But for example, this same expression, I like to tell you I've been up all night. We can change where we're going to put the accents, right? I like to tell you where I like to tell you where I've been up all night, right? And I can also do it. I like to tell you I've been up all night, and then change the accents. And that's such a simple writing exercise. They maybe can open you a whole can of worms on how to do it. Do you understand what I mean? Of what to do next? Do you understand what I mean?
Yes. Yep.
Like, I mean, basically, so far, if I'm going to make a summary of everything that is happening, it's like, hey, great, you came with a musical idea. Cool. Attach some lyrics to it. Great. Well, excuse me. Sorry. You came with a cool musical idea. Cool. Ask a question to it. Chin, 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 chin. Ask those questions. Great. You ask those questions. Then write some text. Cool. Now, once you wrote some text, maybe you want to move the accents. That's exactly what I'm saying so far. Okay? And then we have another approach. So, but anyways, he's trying to tell you something here, and I really agree. Whatever happens, you already started, and that's really important. So then he has a second case, you know, like a totally different case. So he says, because the first case, he shown you clearly that this thing didn't have a clear harmony. And he's telling you like, hey, you know, maybe this thing can gravitate towards a key or another. It's too early to decide what's the key. So let's have a listen. So in this case, because I want to practice sight reading, in this case, he's showing us the melody, like in the notes. Bim, bim, boom, boom, bum. Ta, do, do. So he's only showing you the melody. And this melody came, I mean, this is a person who can play the piano quite well, so he just like kind of sat down in the piano and this came out. But it's obvious that the whole thing came with its own harmony because he has a right hand and a left hand. And let's see. Okay, this thing that we just heard, is it stable, calm, or contemplative? Is it calm or contemplative? Or unstable, agitated, or questioning?
It feels
I
calm.
think
It feels calm. Palina, what did you want to say?
maybe a bit like of a question and answer.
There are some questions there, and also right hand and left hand are same some questions. So we could combine this too. It's kind of like calm questioning kind of thing. Like Sergey wants to say something. Stable. So he goes and says stable. So great. Are those melodic rhythms conventional or declarative? I don't think we can determine that at this stage. Or can we? Maybe both. I mean, Palina said that it shows some kind of question and answer. So maybe it's less of a declaration and more like a conversation. Okay. Does it have a groove? No. Is it balanced or unbalanced? We already said that it's stable, so it seems to be balanced. Does it leave you feeling fulfilled or wanting more? Or, I mean, in my case, I don't like this melody, so I don't want to hear it anymore, but that's my opinion. What about you? Do you feel fulfilled? You want more? Yeah, the same. Like it kind of like...
It feels very unfinished.
It feels unfinished, correct. And so is it atmospheric, capable of capturing a state of mind, or is it more suited to a narrative that leads to a goal? We don't know yet. I think it's too early to answer a question like this, in my opinion. Do you disagree? Okay, let's move on there. I think that we kind of are in the same place. So, the idea shown above was the proto-lyric. Sorry, I'm back to another slide. So, he says it's more contemplative, less urgent. He's comparing it to the previous idea. Because of the lower tempo and because there is less rhythmic activity than in the previous example. That's what he's proposing. And so the idea shown in the previous example became a song called Out of My Dream, which is this one. All of these examples, you can access them as we run through the book and we continue progressing into the work of Jack Perricone, these examples will be more complex, like we're just at the beginning.
I've been called a dreamer, can't say that I'm not.
And then we are experiencing something important that you guys need to think about too. We changed the key, right? Let's hear the next one.
Called a dreamer.
Am I right?
I've been called.
The key was changed, am I right? Yeah, obviously. The key was
Feels
changed.
like it, yeah.
So what do you think about that key change? Can we figure that out together from which key we went to what key we went? Do you guys can do that faster than me, or should I do it myself? I can do it myself. If you know a faster way, I just usually use find the key, and now I'm gonna get like a thing. I thought I was gonna get like some like when you lost your keys. I know I just have one website that I really like that I'm used to it, and that's why I'm going there. It's chords, key finder music. I'm really interested to see from where he went, from when he started to where he went. Well, whatever. Maybe I'm not gonna find the one that I usually use. It's just I'm really used for it. It's called. If I write the word chords, I think it's gonna appear there because scales and chords, music finder tool.
Piano exactly as written.
So the piano is exactly as written.
Yes.
What do you mean? That he only changed the?
I just play. It's not.
Look, we have here the key. Obviously, we have it in the stuff. So
Yes, here it is exactly what written, and here could you click again?
here, yeah. So we're discussing this and getting there. So example 103. So example 103. So if I go to the cycle of fifths. 1 second, bro. This should be playing now. Example 103. Come on. So I got 2 sharps. Yeah, I got 2 sharps. So we are D major. D major. So I guess that in both we are in D major. Yeah, so I don't need this thing because I have the score and I can figure out the thing. Let me just reset this link because it seems to be. So that's D major. And this is.
I've been called a dreamer, can't say that I'm not.
So I don't know. It seems to be both in D major. Don't you? What do you feel, guys? No.
I think that it's the same key as I hear it. He just dropped an octave, I guess.
Yeah. It's just an octave, like Masha is saying. Yeah, but what do you want to say? A third or?
It is higher 3 small steps.
Yeah. I think I agree with Sergey here. It's like rather than an octave, it's like we're still in D major, but he's doing the third higher, compared to idea 1 to idea 2. In any ways, I mean, there was a transposition going on. He didn't change key, but he made a transposition. So he kind of like shifted it all a third in order to achieve a different effect. So The lyric can emerge naturally from the music without a great deal of effort coinciding with the nature of music. Great. Okay. So he's telling us here, like, these two examples indicate us a process that he's recommending us to try. You maybe don't need an instrument. You simply need to have your aural imagination in your voice. Imagine a melody, a phrase, short or long, singing it again and again, and try to find the words, and voila, you've begun. We all have done this. This is super obvious to us, and then we're like, come on, man, like, why am I in a course? Because I'm going to repeat the things that I already done, but remember that this is going to get more intricate. So I decided how we're going to work now. I want you guys to record like the first musical idea that comes to your mind in your phone or in your Ableton, and to put it in the LMS. And then I will download that, and we're going to develop that idea in Ableton Live here, and you will see me developing that idea. Do you find that a cool idea?
Yeah.
Yeah? Super. Okay, so I'm going to make you here an assignment that is unmarked, so it has no marks, and that the instructions are record with... I'm going to give you 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes. Record with your phone or computer X second samples, doesn't matter, audio sample with a melody that came to your mind. Melody or harmony. Maybe it's a harmony, just like ba ba da ba ba ba, whatever. It can be a harmonic progression or a melody. Let me call it chord progression. Better if it's a melody that came to your mind. So I can develop it in class. Ta-da! So you have 10 minutes. Let's write this like audio message to oneself. Like it happens a lot. So what's the topic? The topic is muzykальный sing love, and it has to be done right now. And you will have from 13 to 13:40 to 50. I'm just gonna put it like that, so we have really like an ограничение of time. And assign and go. So you have until 13:50. So you have 16 minutes to do this. I'm gonna go to get some coffee while you guys give me an idea, and then I will transform this into a hit single, and I will steal this idea from you. What do you think? Sounds great? I mean, I once heard this idea. Actually, it was told to me by a teacher in Venezuela. Are you hearing me, guys?
Yes.
One teacher in Venezuela told me this was in the context of studying economics and developing like theories and stuff. He said, like, the number one rule of being in a university is do not share your ideas with your teachers, because they will steal them from you. So, I mean, I'm obviously kidding. Please share your idea. I'm not going to steal it from you. I have plenty of creativity myself. So let's see what's happened. So send me an audio message. You have until 1:50. We're going to have like 20 minutes there. Okay, let's see what happens. After that, we will work 20 minutes on that and see where we take it from there. Actually, you have not until 1:50. You have until 1:45, okay? So you have 10 minutes from now. Is it too much? Maybe we need only 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Okay, 10 minutes. All right, you have 10 minutes. I will leave the room to leave Sergey alone here, and I'll go to get a coffee. And when I be back, I'll hear your ideas. Hey, bro. Здорово. Здорово. Так, so, I have, let's see how many ideas I have there. Resetting this. Seems like I have only 2, and that's okay. I mean, I will just only just one of those. No worries. Yeah. So much transport was sing love. Lectures. Submit. Audio message to oneself. So I have 3 ideas, and I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Masha's idea. Just like that's the one randomly came here in my. So I'm gonna send it anyways if you want. Like send it anyways if you want. So I'm gonna download this, and we're gonna run the same exercise. We're gonna run those questions and see where this takes us, and let's see if we can. Oh no, that's not how it should be. It should be here. Downloading. Golos, knowledge in chest. So I got here in my downloads this idea. Let's have a listen. All right, it's fully formed on guitar. I'm gonna straight load it into Ableton Live. And then we will ask those questions, see what those answers, what answers those questions give us, and we will working out from there. We're gonna work for 20 more minutes, so let's see how far can we go in 20 minutes. Thank you for that idea. I mean, I'm gonna stay till 2:10 because I started 10 minutes late, I think. So let's see where this goes, and let's unwarp it for now, just to be faster. Can you hear Ableton there online, dudes and dudettes?
It probably comes from the mic.
Probably comes
No,
from
it does come from
No.
Ableton. I just recorded it on my phone recorder, so
Yeah.
it has a lot of background noise.
Yeah,
It's just when you play it first in the Google, we couldn't clearly hear it, so I think it probably comes from the mic. It's just now it became a bit louder.
Wait. You are definitely hearing it from Ableton Live, for sure.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Google Meet sounds crappy. Yeah. Okay, great. So I'm gonna do something here. I'm actually gonna warp it. I think it's gonna be faster, and I have become a bit faster on this. If I do it too slow, then I will stop. But I have learned a lot lately, so let me change the grid here. To put it, this is how I would approach to this. So let's change the grid to 16s. Great, and then grab them all here and just warp them. It's really fast with this idea. Chick, and here and here. So then, if we warp it, we can have a lot of more freedom. So let's push this back a bit, push this up here, push this up here. Maybe because I'm doing it in a hurry, I'll change a little bit the way your idea comes across. But that also let us play with the accents, the fact that I'm quantizing it. So I think this should go here, and 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 this should go here. And, well, do I have a lot of more to go? No, it's okay. It's fast. It's worth the hassle, I think. So, again, Mash, if I change your idea slightly, sorry for that. It's just I want to do it fast, and I don't want to be warping the whole time.
It's okay. It's great.
It's okay. It would be. Then I can copyright it myself. Cool. So, we say in Venezuela there is a funny expression which is chiste repetido sale podrido. It means like repeated joke stinks. So I mean, because I'm repeating the same joke, so I'm just telling you my Venezuelan way of telling to a friend, dude, like, you suck. Don't repeat the same idea. So let's go here and and finish the warping. I don't need this. I think I can leave it like that. How have your knowledge of Ableton Live evolved over the years? Like, I mean, since foundation till now. Like, do you use it better, or did you drop the program and don't use it at all?
Much better. I only use it now.
Great.
Better.
Great. Great. I'm really happy for that. Tuck, 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 and then tuck, and then tuck, and then tuck. I guess that this works. Let's see. So now we have this. Yeah, definitely change it there. I think if I pull this, oh shit, no, it's not gonna work. Okay, let's work with this because I destroyed this part. Actually, it's easy to fix, to be honest. Like, it should start here, and then I should delete these markers, and we will be back to how the original idea was. And it was even before, right? Like, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna quantize it more. Is it very different, right? I think I quantized it really brutally. Just in case, I want to duplicate it and remove all the quantization I did, so we can hear the original idea. And yeah. So let's go back here. Is it calm or contemplative, unstable or agitated? So it's calm but unstable. Agreed?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, pretty
Okay,
much.
so you see, don't you think that that already gives us like some sort of like, it excludes some themes that we will not talk about? Because we said that it's calm, but it's unstable. Or do you think we can talk about anything in that state? For example, can I talk to my son in an unstable way? I mean, should I talk to my son in an unstable way? Maybe not. Like, I mean, what I'm trying to say is like, we always have an infinite palette of options in front of us. And maybe asking these questions can help us to just filter some things so we can focus faster. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I'm trying to claim here that we can filter some topics that we already maybe don't want to talk about because we heard this and we said it's kind of unstable. Or can we talk about anything like that?
Well, I believe that we can, but it's not the easiest way. If we're like want to use this rule, so it's easier for us to continue this idea, we shouldn't. But if we really want to talk like
good
about
point.
some horrors of war right now, we can.
Good
But
point.
the song doesn't feel right now that it can be about this.
Great.
That's what I mean.
So we don't know anything yet about if it's conversational or declarative. How does the music feels to my body? I do have a feeling here because Latin American music has a lot of moments like this, and I don't know. I feel kind of like it soothes me. It's soothing for me. For you too, or not? Soothing means like calming. It makes me. We said that it's calm, but it's unstable. But I don't know. To me, it feels like a little piece of Latin American music, like. And you know, for the purpose of what we're trying to do, I think that we should focus on a little segment. This is a bit of a longer than we need idea. Check this out. For example, in the purpose of this exercise, I think I'm going to zoom in into this loop. Yes, I guess. So just try to warp that because it would be so much easier. Let me see. So and I guess better to undo that and to push this guy here. So that's what I wanted. And then I can have a loop. Anybody has some vocal melody to this in your head, by any chance? I mean, I do have one, but I'm curious to hear if you have one yourself.
Vocal melody in addition to the
Yes, yes. So, I mean, what I have in my mind, just anybody there online has any ideas, or are you dry at the moment with this?
Not yet.
I think it should be more monotonal compared to the guitar.
All right,
One
cool.
drum guitar.
Cool point there. Let me just, the idea that I had, I just quickly made it monotone in my head because of what you said. And let's see. No, I don't want built-in microphone. I want Thunderbolt. Hey. Okay. Something like, for example, wait, let me just switch this off for a sec. Hey. Okay. Let's say like that's what you mean maybe about monotonal.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit, we're super badly right now quantized, but let's just do it. I'm just gonna go. I don't know. That's what came to my mind. Now, can we write some lyrics to that? Now, we said that it has to be like agitated, unstable but calm. So we were in this like da 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 da. Let me hear it. What I usually do when I'm on this stage is just like I gibberish some lyrics that make no sense at all. But something that will work, like in the onset of my wait. Of my belligerous mind. Let me see, just trying to fill up words here. And actually, that first thing in the onset doesn't work. Like, it would be something different. It has to be like, from my hands and the top of my belligerous mind. Let's see. From my hands and the belligerous mind. Like, I fly, right, anything right now. I fly from the palms, oops, from the palms of my hands and my belligerous mind. I don't even know if that word belligerous exists, like we will see. And my belligerous mind. So, from my palms and my belligerous mind, I fly. And notice something that I did on purpose there, because it's an odd loop that I created here, and it kind of like, wait, let's see when it completes. That's what's the name? It's a polymeter. Like it's a polymeter, because I mean, you see like the whole, when you sum several of those loops, I don't know how many, then it becomes like a square quadrat. But if not, it's not a square quadrat. But I made the vocals on purpose, kind of run over it and skip the one. You see? You see what I did there? Do you guys understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Good,
it.
clear.
Personally, I love that resource. I love to do that. I don't know. It's kind of like hanging thing that connects two ideas. You see, like I start the same phrase, but on the two, not on the one there. part sucks, to be honest. Maybe I can just start again. Yes, okay. Wait. Well, I'm gonna leave it because I don't have time for that. All right. So I did this like let me again go back to my gibberish lyrics. So does it work? From my palms and the bottom. From my palms and the bottom of my belligerous mind. From my palms and the bottom of my belligerous mind. Does it work? So. So this was a harder case. I mean, I regret having chosen this musical idea. I like your musical idea, but it was the hardest to develop in 20 minutes, like, unfortunately for me. Where I would like to go next, I mean, it's just like we theoretically have 6 minutes to go and I have another lecture after. So where I would like to go next is like this. What came out from me, from the pan? Let's resolve this, actually, because we have so little time, I'm only going to focus on this micro quadrat here. Some things were developed there that I think are interesting for a conversation, but let me just develop this alone. So let's see, what the hell was I going for? This belligerous, what the hell is that? Let's see if there is, I don't know why I feel that there is a word that is like that. Belligerent. Inclined or eager to fight. It exists. So is there belligerous? Like a person who is bellicose. It's ready to fight or something. When you get so drunk, you think you found God and aggressively preach. Whoa. Man, that's a cool word. I mean, what the hell? That's great. I mean, that's pretty cool that it came out. So now that word definitely stays. Like it's now the whole song is called like belligerous, I think. Coincidentally, it just happened like that. So now we know that belligerous means that when you get so drunk, you think you found God and aggressively preach. So, okay, obviously from the bottom, from the bottom of, you see, there is this like connotation of having to get drunk to be belligerous. So can we maybe rewrite this in a different way? I'm going to be very explicit right now, but with the intention of later modifying this. Having drunk the sweetness. If you guys have an idea, please say it, obviously. Like, I mean, I want to replace from the bottom. Well, I mean, I had something different from the palms and the bottom of my belligerous mind, I fly. So I wanted to go more like having, or like something like I got drunk, something like that. So I don't know. Should be about Jesus Christ and sins. We are getting that commentary here. So, wait. Having tasted the amber of. Having tasted amber. I guess that you see where I'm going to try to go. I mean, it's really hard to do this in 5 minutes. I'm too constrained right now. I think that this was... I'm going to stay for now on this idea because of the time. From the palms and the bottom of my belligerous mind, I fly. It's a great beginning. Do you agree, or is it does it sucks? What do you guys say there online? Well, maybe palms.
Good.
We need to go change palms, I think, like because that really doesn't make sense. Like, any words there that you could use? By the way, you look at this resource. I use it a lot, like words that rhyme with palms, because that palms, for some reason, it kind of works. And remember also that palm is also a sign of Christ. By the way, not the palm of the hand, but the what's the name? The tree palm. So let me see if I go to here and I see psalms. It's not a bad thing to put there. I have no idea what qualms.
Maybe something like fall or foul
Okay,
would
great.
work.
So from the foul, you know what it can be? Foulness. From the foulness and the bottom of, you know what it means, foulness? From the foul.
Not sure.
What is it?
Foulness means like bullshit, kind of like from the
Mm-hmm.
the rottenness. From the foulness
Good
and the
word.
bottom of my belligerous mind. It's pretty wordy. I mean, obviously, we will have to decompose this into something simpler, I think. But anyways, I mean, we are following the same kind of structure that Pericone is suggesting us, and with that little hard idea, we got something. I mean, imagine if I sit down for 3 hours, something comes out there, right? So okay, I hope that these examples keep growing in complexity, because I know that you guys are not kids and you know how to write music. Anyways, I hope that these encounters with me can help you to expand your palette of songwriting. And yeah, about this project that you need to do for me, keep me informed. You know, let's work on it. And it would be great if you can share with us some proto results in the next lecture, just like, hey, I have some little demo there, so it would be awesome if we can talk about it. So, I mean, I don't expect you to write this song 5 minutes before the delivery. Most likely that's what's going to end up happening. I was like that when I was a student. I'm not telling that you were like that. Sergey wants to ask a question.
To write a song, for a song using this third method.
No, any method you want, any method. We're now writing music. Like, I'm putting you in different cases because I am expecting you that maybe in 3 years you would be like, man, it's 3 a.m. Like, I'm tired. I don't know how to start. Let me remember these lectures. Can I start from a title? I can start from this. I can start from this. I mean, oh, this это повесло сегодня. Круто. Типа, imagine after 38 party, you will have like 100 options to start, you know. So that's kind of where I'm going. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much. I'm loving these lectures with you, and I hope they're going to get more interesting as we progress.